Yeah, so I wanted to revisit the A9 overheating issue because, and I want to apologize because I missed the fact that there are people that are getting it to overheat while shooting photos. Um, so I'm going to admit I was wrong about that. Or actually, I wasn't wrong, I just didn't realize that that was happening. So that's on me, my bad. Sorry about that. Um, It still doesn't change the fact that I believe it's still because these cameras are too small for the processor speed and the sensor. I mean, especially this one. This has the sensor it reads the sensor like 20 times faster uh, than it did on the A7R2. So that causes more heat, and that's the problem. Sony needs to fix that, and the problem is I don't know if they probably aren't going to fix it with this. They probably aren't going to fix it with the A9R or the A9S because it's probably going to be the same exact body as this, I would assume. So expect to continue to see this trend until Sony fixes it or addresses it. The good thing is that enough people are complaining to where hopefully they will listen for next time. Unfortunately, it's sad to see that anybody has to pay this much for a camera and have it overheat. I haven't had any issues with it. I've gone on a couple shoots. I did try the electronic shutter. As far as distortion, I haven't seen any. There is none. They did an excellent job with that. I've seen people trying to trick it to make it distort, which maybe if you really try you can, but I haven't seen that. Also, the high ISO capability of this camera is amazing. I haven't had a chance to try it in RAW. I'm waiting for Lightroom to update for that. Hopefully it will soon. And then, as I know some people wanted to know about the image quality, I want to show you guys that. I'm show you some of the pictures I've taken. I've got to look into how to do that. I'm new to YouTube, so I'm basically using my phone right now to do this. Like I said, I focus pretty much all my time on photography, not videography. So I've got some research to do on that. But I just wanted to revisit that overheating because it was my fault. It definitely is happening to some people. I'm a part of a A9 group on Facebook for this camera, and it appears that a couple people have posted that they've had it, and then there's been more that have posted where they have said that they've done it in 100-degree weather and sunlight and it's been fine. So again, it appears like it's like the 6500 and the 6300 where not everybody's having a problem, but some people are. And even if some people are with this camera, I really feel like Sony blew it because nobody should be. This shouldn't be overheating. If your primary use is for sports, I mean, unless you're shooting ice hockey or something in the cold, like it may overheat on you, which is not cool. So, I mean, I'm gonna be testing that out because I have some weddings this summer where I'll probably be using this. Not primarily though. This is the only lens I have for it right now, and until I get a 70-200 for it, I'll be still using my Fujifilm gear for that primarily. So I won't get to test it, but it is going to get tested because I do plan on shooting this quite a bit at weddings. So I did try the electronic shutter, like I said, and it did get a little warm, nothing crazy, but I did try it on 10 frames per second for probably 5 minutes or so, where I was just bursting that to see what kind of shots I could get. With this baby, she was actually swinging, so I kind of wanted to get that. and the autofocus was pretty impressive for. I was shooting at 1.4. I shouldn't have been shooting at that, but I kind of wanted to test the autofocus, and I did a really good job. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about too, is I want to talk another time about performance. But what I'll say about it right now is the autofocus, the eye autofocus on this. I did a photo shoot with a senior portrait, and it nailed the eye every time. Every time. It was unbelievable. Something I could never do that on my XT2. Is guarantee that with this lens too, it's insanely sharp at f1.4. So that was another awesome thing. And I also wanted to say how far away it would detect the eye autofocus, or the eye too. It was, I think the longest I had was about 15 meters away probably, and it still detected her eye and nailed it sharp. It's incredible. It really is amazing. So somebody did ask me about why I would shoot this with weddings and in portraits, and what I just told you is why for portraits, because it makes it so much easier. It's like cheating. It really is like cheating. And then just one more thing also is that for focus for weddings, I mean, obviously you want to be spot on with focus for weddings. So the better focus system, the better it is for that. So that's all I have to say for that. Again, sorry for missing that on the people are having problems with that. Sony needs to rectify that. If not with this camera, with their future generation cameras, because it is ridiculous to have people pay that much when they're claiming it's a sports camera. I mean, you're basically saying, okay, compare this to a D5, to a 1DX Mark II, and for speed and performance, it's fantastic. But if it's not reliable, then people aren't going to use it for that. So I'm not too worried about it. But if I were a sport shooter and I wanted to shoot Sony, I would definitely go for the A99 II, because you're getting 42 megapixels. You're getting more than double what the D5 and the 1DX Mark II are, and you're getting really good performance at 12 frames per second. So I would choose that, especially for wildlife. That would 42 megapixels wildlife stills. With that would be insane. Plus, they do have the glass in the A mount for that. Whereas with this, it's not as much. I chose this mount because the lenses are the best. They have the best lenses for this mount. That's just the way it is. But I've rambled on too long. I just wanted to address that. I apologize to the people that I kind of made upset for kind of incorrectly just saying it was video was the only problem. It is apparently with photo too, and Sony needs to start fixing those problems as much as I like their cameras. So that's it for today. Hopefully I'll have more for you guys in terms of like image quality, and actually like be able to post some pictures and things that I have done, so you can see real world use and real world image quality, things like that. So once Lightroom updates, I'm going to really try to get some of those raw files and post some things about that. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.